Jim, I know you're chomping at the bit. We're going to go to Edith on line one. Edith, good evening. What can Jim help you with?
I haven't experienced well, let me back up. I have a rental property in another county.
All right.
And I hired this man initially to jack it up and get it level again. It's an older home.
Okay.
And when he was doing that, it took supposed to take maybe 6 weeks or less to do that. He jacked it up. He did get it level, and then he did something in the attic. And, from that, he took it on himself to continue to work and do other things.
Okay.
And every time he started in on a project and he needed something such as cabinets for the kitchen or whatever.
Materials, right.
He came to me for money. Every time I looked up, he was coming in my driveway. We are now on year 3. The kitchen has not been completed. The bathroom has not been completed. I cannot rent the house. I've lost rent.
Right.
He has taken, I know, some of my money to buy some property, and he took money from that I had to do something else. I forgot. He has given me every excuse in the book from it's raining, it's too hot, it's too cold, my mother had surgery, my sister had surgery, I've had surgery, and
Edith, let me jump in there because I want Jim to have time to answer this one. Jim,
Edith.
Yeah, I've heard this story before after hurricanes.
This is all too familiar, Edith. So let me tell you a couple of things. The first thing I would do if I were you, if he's taking money you've given him for work on this house and use it for some other means, that is not only something you can sue him over and should, it's criminal.
Wow.
You should call your district attorney. You should call the Attorney General's office. Also has a hotline you can call to report these types of things, particularly with contractors. I know they do it around hurricane time.
They do, absolutely.
But I think it's an ongoing hotline. You need to report this person immediately. I'd report him to the local Better Business Bureau. I didn't get a chance to ask you if this guy, is he licensed, is he bonded?
Great point.
Is he an established local contractor or not? Sometimes it's tough to get the money out of these guys. The other thing that I heard that concerns me is you said it's been 3 years.
3.
And I don't want to give you a precise date as to when the cutoff's going to be. It's generally going to be 3 years from when you knew this guy wasn't going to perform his work.
Right.
I don't know when that is, but if you're tapping on 3 years, you need to get moving, because after 3 years, you may be barred from recovering no matter how blatantly you've been mistreated, okay? So you can call my office Monday morning. We'll either work on your case for you or help get you in touch with somebody who can, depending on what's involved, where you're located, and how much is involved, whether we actually can do it or not. But this is unfair. Guys like this need to be run out of business. They don't need to be in business. And he needs to be reported to the criminal authorities, because he cannot take your money. You sound like a hardworking person.
Right.
He cannot take your money and go buy property and use it for other things. If he took your money from you, represented you, he's going to use it for your house, and used it for himself, he needs to be prosecuted criminally.
Jim, the clock is ticking on this one, isn't it?
Now, you need to call Monday morning.
Yeah.
Okay?
Edith, it sounds, and I know Jim well enough to know when I could hear it in his voice, when he was talking about that 3 years, I can tell Jim the clock is moving, you're concerned.
It is, and Edith, I'm telling you, you sound like a very sweet person.
She does.
It sounds like you've just been taken advantage of. You're too nice. You probably got ahead of the contractor, even experienced contractors. This is just a word of advice. It's not even legal. Don't get too far ahead in paying them up front.
Right.
You need to get the work done and pay in draws as you go along. If you get ahead of some of these guys, we got many great contractors on the coast.
Oh, yeah.
But some of these guys you get ahead of, and you have a hard time getting them to come back out and finish up. And so let that be a lesson for everybody listening, and Edith in the future. But for right now, Edith, call Monday morning and get moving. Don't waste any more time with this guy. Okay?
Edith, thank you so much for calling in tonight. That's the reason we have Ask Us Anything, because that might not fit into another show about personal injury, but that's a great call for Edith tonight.
Some help there.
Yeah, she does. So I hope that works out for you, Edith. Give us a call back next week or the following week after that.